Hello, and welcome to Financial Accounting. I wanted to take a few minutes of your time to walk through Blackboard to get you familiar with some of the features and tools that are available to you during this class. First of all, every week, under the announcements, the tab we're at right now, you will see and get a to-do list from me. This first week's to-do list has already been posted, and you can go through this first week. We're really just trying to get you familiar with Blackboard and the software system we will be using called Wiley Plus. Second, I want to make sure you're aware of my information. The best way to reach me is through email. I don't even know how to check that voicemail for that work phone number, but email I will get back to you within that same day. As far as office hours, these are listed here. You can come visit me anytime during those office hours. I would recommend emailing first just to make sure that I don't have a meeting or somewhere else I'm going to be. Make sure that you read the full syllabus. There's a lot of good information in there, including how we will be doing testing in this class, as well as some of the services that Harper offers that will help you through this class. The book information is also included in the syllabus. The easiest and cheapest way to get this book is through Wiley Plus. For $85, you can purchase both the homework system and access to the ebook. If you would like a hard copy book, then the easiest way is probably to go to the bookstore. Otherwise, they have to mail this to you. You do have the option to get free access for the first 2 weeks if you want to try out that ebook and to see if that's going to be sufficient for you. And I'll walk through how to actually registering and get access to Wiley Plus in a few seconds. Another important spot in Blackboard is the calendar. It's going to tell you when everything is due, and I highlight here those exam dates, and will also help you just try to plan accordingly for this semester. In financial accounting, it does require a lot of hours for the homework and for studying. You may want to look at your schedule now. I know most of you work and have other classes, and try to see where can I fit in at least 5 hours a week to commit to study for this accounting. There will be weeks that it requires more than 5 hours. 5 hours would be the minimum amount of time that you could spend to complete the required work for this course. The way Blackboard is set up is I have it set into sections that will help guide you how to study. First, you're going to read the chapters. I don't really expect you to read every word in these chapters. I know a lot of us don't have that kind of time, but you should at least go through, read those important topics, and you can do that right through here. Just click on this Wiley Plus link, and you can pick the chapter, and it will give you that book or that chapter. I have included in Blackboard notes for each chapter. These are set up by units. So if you need some help kind of staying on task while reading these chapters, then this will help you do that. It's kind of a fill-in-the-blank notes that go along with your reading. So hopefully that will help you keep engaged while reading these books, reading this book. So all those are here, as well as those answer keys to make sure that you got that right. The next section in Blackboard is the study section. Each of these study sections listed by chapter, and if you open the folder, you're going to see different lectures for each of the topics within that same chapter, as well as the PowerPoint slides. I don't use those PowerPoint slides for the lectures, but those are provided by the book and might be good for taking notes while reading or just kind of helping to point out some of those more important topics. You will see 2 lectures for each topic. One is just done in Prezi, which some people like, some people don't. The other one is a recording that you don't have to be connected to the internet for. So that's the only difference. They have the same name, they are the same lecture. After you've read and studied and learned enough about the chapter, you should take an introductory quiz. You have 2 attempts at these quizzes, so go through it once, take a picture of the answers that you submitted because it will not save those. Then you can go through that second time and try to get those full points for that. Finally, after you think you've had enough background, you can go through and do the homework for these chapters. I'll show you a little bit about the homework and also how to register for Wiley Plus. The easiest way is anytime you see this Wiley Plus logo, you're going to go ahead and click on any of those links. I'd recommend going in through chapter 1. Now, I've already registered myself, so I will not get that registration page. But you'll get a registration page that asks you if you have a code to put in, or if you would like that free trial, or if you want to buy now. If you have taken this class previously and are taking it again, this will give you direct access. But I wanted to show you a little bit about this homework. You'll see each chapter has a couple of exercises you have to do. Some of them don't require as much time, and these have the answers to them. See, you can go back to this video and get the answers to that question. But now, these don't have answers. So you can go through, you just type in the answers into the box. You can watch a video with a similar exercise that shows you how to do this problem. There are also videos just explaining what you would need to know or what concepts these videos cover. And there's also a link to the text in case you need to review that material again. Most of these homework problems have all of these tools that you can use to complete them. I also have it set up so you can submit this and see what's right and what's wrong as many times as you want to. So if you want to go ahead and just fill in one number, I'm just going to put in a number here to show you how it works. You can hit that submit answer, and it's going to tell you what is right and what is wrong. You have as many times as you want to get this right. So make sure you're on the right track and you know how to do this. You can review your scores and see how long it's taking you to do each of these problems. But again, these brief exercises are typically a little less time consuming, and they get more time consuming as you go. So just to give you a little view into what this looks like, there's also some problems that are drop down, such as this, where you can go through and just pick. I'm hoping that you actually think about it, but you can submit that answer. If they're not right, which they're not, then you can go through and try to submit again. So this I would know. And when they're right, you'll get that green instead of the red. So play around with this Wiley Plus. Once you have tried it a little bit and have questions, we can go through those questions. Wiley Plus also gives you a lot of options for practicing. So the one tool I would recommend doing before an exam is Orion. These are not worth any points, but they are a great practice tool. I do have other options when it comes to taking the test. Again, these are separated by units, but the Harper Tutoring Center also does review packets by chapter. These are a great tool to use if you're just wanting to review each chapter individually, and then they also give you multiple choice questions. For each unit, I'm going to give you a couple of different ways to study for the exam. I'll give you a study guide. I usually give you a game of some sort. I'll give you 2 practice tests and usually a paper kind of practice test so that you have multiple ways to study for each exam. The exams are given online or in the tutoring center. Please read through these instructions and let me know if you have questions. So if they are taken at home or outside of campus, you will have to download this Respondus Lockdown browser. Please do that from Blackboard. There's also some activity points on the discussion board that you can participate in. The activity points you have to participate in. You get 100 points to do with what you want. There's a lot of options to choose from. There'll be more options to choose. You just have to get up to 100. You can't get over 100 though. So one of the things I do want to show you and talk with you a little bit about is how the grading works, which is in the syllabus. So the last thing we'll go over is the syllabus. Let me just, again, you can download this, read through the whole thing when you have a chance, but I wanted to show you how the points are broken apart. You have 20 points for each homework assignment, and really there's no reason why you shouldn't get all 20 points because you do have unlimited attempts to get those right. They just have to be done by the due date. If they're not done by the due date, you will get 50% of those points awarded to you, as long as it's completed. Those chapter quizzes are worth 5 points each, which doesn't seem like a lot, but you really need every point in this class. Then we have activity points, and those exams are worth 200 points apiece, which sounds scary, but as long as you get a 56% on each of those exams, and you've done every other point, you will still get a C in the course. So take a look through Blackboard and make sure you don't have any other questions. If you have questions on how this is set up, don't quite understand the due dates or the homework system, please just email me and let me know. What I would recommend doing before you even get started is to go to this calendar, which is also at the end of the syllabus, and print it out and have it somewhere where you can reference it occasionally so you know when everything is due. Again, take a look. Let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, we'll get started. Thanks a lot.